Tasmania weather alert.
Tasmania is still under a fire threat. It's extremely hot in New South Wales and we've got some pretty heavy rain in Queensland. I'm going to give you all of the details right now. But first of all, to Tasmania, where we have seen a huge amount of smoke streaming across a large portion of the state, and the dangerous fires are continuing. We've still got 4 emergency warnings in place for the Great Pine Tier fire and 1 for the fire in the south in River Road fire. So dangerous conditions still lingering on, despite the fact that the winds have eased back and the temperatures have dropped since yesterday. But the watch and act alerts are still in place for many areas, particularly around the Great Pine Tier fire to the west, north and east of that fire. And you can see on this map here the dangerous conditions still occurring. Many areas that the firefighters are attending to around the Great Pine Tier fire in particular, and also the fire in the south. But there's a new fire that started up at 6 a.m. this morning close to Fingal, and there's a watch and act in place for that fire as well. So we'll keep you posted with the details on that as they come to hand. But that fire is getting a bit closer to Fingal. It's just to the northwest of that township at the moment, and so we'll keep an eye on that. But in terms of the emergency warnings, a couple of them have been removed recently. They're now watch and acts in Steps and also for one of the other locations that I've forgotten. But for Lake Echo and surrounds, Watamana, Hilltop and Penstock Lagoon, all in emergency warning, same as Bashan area and Jean Banks Road. And for the River Road fire, it's still for Castle Forbes Bay, Geeveston, Port Huon, Cairns Bay and Waterloo. Now, the temperatures across the state are starting to rise, particularly up through the northeast, where we are expecting temperatures to rise into the mid-20s, maybe even the high 20s in a couple of areas up in the north of the state, including around Launceston, including for that Fingal Bay, for the Fingal fire as well. So we've got very high fire danger for the Midlands and the central north, and high fire danger for much of the state. But we've got a total fire ban that extends across the weekend in Tasmania. In Victoria, we've also got high to very high fire danger today, and just the one watch and act for the Timbarra fire that was in emergency warning through yesterday. But if you need further information around the fires in Tasmania, the number to call is 1800 000 699, and fire.tas.gov.au is the place to go. So we'll keep you updated right across the day here at Sky News Weather around the fires in Tasmania. But for now, let's have a look at what happened yesterday in Victoria. It was an exceptionally hot day. We saw a new record temperature in Swan Hill of 47.5 degrees, and in Melbourne it got to 42.8. But current temperatures, well, much more comfortable in the low 20s at the moment. Elsewhere, it is a pretty hot day in New South Wales and the ACT. Canberra sitting at 34.4 degrees amidst its hottest January on record. Only 5 days have stayed below 30 degrees in Canberra. So we are going to see that record absolutely smashed for the month of January. In terms of temperatures at the moment, it's 32 in the Alice, and Sydney is already up to 32 degrees as well. Meanwhile, up in the far northern tropics of Queensland, we've got a fair bit of heavy rain moving on through. Showers, thunderstorms, heavy areas of rain moving in. And for the north tropical coast of Queensland in particular, we've seen some pretty heavy falls. In fact, from Tully up to Cooktown, we've had widespread falls of 50 to 150 millimetres in the 24 hours to 9 a.m. Cairns on the low end of that, 54, but 125 in Cooktown and 72 for Innisfail. So some pretty substantial rain moving through there. Elsewhere, we've got tropical cyclone Riley staying off the coast, and we've got a couple of showers and thunderstorms along that cloud band through the southeast with a low pressure trough.